Hey everybody, what's up? It's Curtis over at the Noise Asylum again. And I'm finally getting this video made about Royal and the Serpent, who was this week's, which by the time I get this video out, it'll be this past week's Artist of the Week. I absolutely love listening to Ryan. I've noticed when I'm driving, because I'm actually working on getting my permit, because I never got it in high school. I'm working on getting it, and automatically, if I'm driving, I am the DJ of the car, even though it's not my car. And her, along with Beauty School Dropout, Chef's Kiss, perfect. Killer time, especially while you're driving. And it takes your mind off what's going on, but it also, it's just like really good shit to sing while you're driving. You can't get too distracted though, of course. And honestly, when I first started driving for the first week or so, I didn't drive with the radio on, but I'm a little more confident with it now. But I will say my favorite one to sing in the car is Love Abuser. I can't get enough of Love Abuser. I'm still hooked on it. It's still in my top 10 on Spotify, most repeated songs. And it's one of my most played songs of the year so far. I got a feeling AstroTurf is going to take over, which I'm going to put it up over here. If you haven't pre-saved Royal and her upcoming EP, The Rat Trap, which is going to be a 2-song series for the forthcoming future for every month, at least if I interpreted the trailer right, and I'm super stoked for it. Both of the songs that Royal has been pushing are phenomenal. I love the lyrics. I got a feeling I may have, a tear to shed or two, because as a queer person myself, especially coming from where I come from, which is in the middle of nowhere in Indiana, I wouldn't expect any of you to know where I come from, but saying that, especially knowing where I come from, that visibility isn't there. So it is really awesome to see an artist like Ryan, really, root for the underdogs, especially with that song that Royal is putting out as well, with The Pledge, which isn't the title of it, but that, I want to say that as the intro to it. I could be wrong, but that is the snippet that Royal has been sharing a lot, and I'm all for it. All here for it. I love it. I love when people are standing up for what's right and, putting their opinion out there in music. I mean, it's just like, Ryan is fighting the good fight with these next 2 songs, and I'm really excited to see where Royal goes with it. I haven't been in it long at all. I haven't been in the fandom long. I haven't really been active in it long, or really active in it much. Most of the posting that I post is at the asylum when they pertain to Royal. I really haven't been active in the Discord or anything really much, just because I'm intimidated by the size of it. These last few groups that I've been talking about, they're up and coming or growing for whereas Ryan, as well as BSD, they're established. Of course, Beauty School Dropout is growing, of course, still growing. They're still fairly new, but with Ryan, on the other hand, Ryan is established. Ryan's been in the scene for a little bit. So there's already some people that's like been in it for a while. And saying that, I'm intimidated by it. Haven't really been active in the fandom or fandom family. You know, I feel like they all come hand in hand. But I had to make this video because I've really been stricken by Royal and her music. I mean, the EP that came out last year, which I did not find until, I want to say, March. And I listened to it, not front to back. I listened to Love Abuser first because when Royal was releasing snippets on Instagram and TikTok, I heard it and I was like, that is like really grungy. Like, it's like, it's the music that my parents grew up around, is what it sounded like. And then when I realized it was out, I was like, Spotify, send. I had to check it out. I absolutely fell fucking head over heels for that fucking song. I still love it. And once I really dove into this like wonderland of a rabbit hole that I'd found myself in with Royal and her music, I just was like, whoa, holy fucking shit. And I'm hooked. I am fucking hooked in a good way. And I haven't been, you know, on a group like this in a while. And the one thing I want to say is I'm like that with Beauty School Dropout too. But I had a show that I was preparing for when they toured with Jaden back in March, and I didn't want to be unprepared. So by default, I listened to them and, you know, actually learned to really love their stuff. Royal, on the other hand, came out of nowhere. Because she popped up originally on my radar when Mod Sun put out God Save the Queen with SOS on it. And I seen the name and I was like, who in the fuck is that? I was like, what the fuck? And then when I listened to his album front to back, I was like, that's kind of good. I added it to my like songs or whatever. And I just like come to it, that one more than anything. And then I seen that right before we were going to the show, so like within a few days before the show of Beauty School Dropout and Jaden, I looked up the set list because I was like, I really want to know what they're playing, that way I can, you know, listen to them in the car. And I seen on Starfucker that Royal was on that too, and I was like, and when I backtracked, I was like, that one's fairly older compared to the one with Mod Sun. And I was like, okay, if Mod Sun did a song with Royal and Beauty School Dropout did a song with Royal, I was like, I gotta check this fucking artist out. And I was hooked. Like I said, right after I followed Royal on TikTok and Instagram, and I was seeing the reels and the videos for Love Abuser, I was hooked, beyond hooked. I absolutely fell in love, and I love the message that her music conveys, and you know, how she expresses herself with her emotions and her words, because it's so put out there, but the metaphors and the symbolism of everything, it's like, for somebody like me who aspires to put out beautiful things with my words and with my writings, which you can see, I got a few mad creations right up here on the wall. Every time I finish one, I tack it up there, and also when I don't finish one, I tack it up there, and I come back to it when something speaks to me again. But I actually wrote a lovely piece for my mom for Mother's Day today. which I also gotta say, Happy Mother's Day, Royal. Enough people call you mommy where I think it's deserved to say that to you. But it came out very beautifully. And for me, I will sit down and crank something out till I either like it or till I have to stop because I can't come up with anything. But there has been times where I've sat for hours at times and I would write and it wasn't there wasn't nothing clicking, and I'd trash it. And because of artists like Royal and people like Bardo as well from Beauty School Dropout, their mentality is well, him more specifically, his mentality is to create even if it's absolute rubbish, which for me, when it's not good, I feel like I can find a line or two out of something that's not good and make that something good that's not, it's like something good amongst like something that's like horrible. And I can make that good, sometimes I can't. And I will trash the whole idea because I feel like you shouldn't have something beautiful surrounded by something that doesn't make sense. But as I went on, I've had a few horrible pieces come out this week. I've wrote about 4 or 5 because I really don't try to crank out a bunch, because then that's when the ideas, I feel like they don't come through your head genuinely. But I put a goal on myself. I gotta have one at least once a day. Mother's Day had that covered, so I'm not gonna sit and write one and put it on the wall. I will just let my mom keep the one that I wrote because it was more her day than one to sit and reflect in my mind and make art. And that was still very much present in the poem that I wrote her. But that's the one thing that I like about writing. I can speak my mind, I can speak my truth, and if I choose to or not, one of these days I will start putting those more vulnerable pieces out there. But as far as I know, the ones that I have over here behind me, unlike the ones that I put online, these are more personable to me and very to my heart and soul. They bear a lot. And I gotta thank artists like Royal and people like Bardo, who has his hands in many projects. Royal's live. I'm gonna have to go and watch that. But the timing on that was perfect. But yes, check out Royal. Pre-save the Rat Trap. Of course, go show love to BSD, all of them, especially Beepus. And, just keep on rocking, keep on killing it, keep on having a good time. And I'm sure I'll make one of these videos again very, very soon. But thank you all. And to anybody that watches this madness, I really love and appreciate you. But I'm going to go watch this live now and see what's up. Hopefully I don't miss it. Peace out. Have a good one. Stay safe. And happy Mother's Day to anybody who should be celebrated today. Have a good one. Peace.